And beach replenishment isn't just about summer fun. It is about protecting homes and businesses and the economy along New Jersey's coast, our beautiful coast. With shifting federal priorities, funding for these projects could be at risk. And joining us now to share why the issue matters, especially now, what's at stake, is Grace Hanlon, who's the executive director of the Jersey Shore Partnership. Grace, first of all, good morning. Good to have you on.
Well, good morning, Ken. How are you?
Good, thank you. And we are so blessed, and I'm a transplant into New Jersey. We are so blessed to have the most pristine, beautiful shoreline. Probably, I would put us up against any other state. And so, why is it thus so important to replenish New Jersey's beaches and take such good care of them?
Well, I can start by saying I was the director of tourism during Superstorm Sandy, and I watched the devastation firsthand. And the beaches that were replenished, that were wider, and that had nourished dunes fared better. There was less
Hmm.
damages. Homes were not destroyed. So we know that beach replenishment works when we have these weather incidents that can be quite severe and unpredictable. So it protects infrastructure, it protects families, it protects our roads and homes. So it's really important for safety purposes to make sure that we have wide, nourished beaches.
Yeah, listen, I live part-time in South Florida, and from where I am, I'm on the beach. I look out permanently at the
Mhm.
ships.
Yes.
Literally, they dot the waterways, and they are permanently out there pumping up sand from 2 and 3 miles
Hmm.
out and bringing it in. That it's not just as needed, it is a regular thing. It's just part of the maintenance of the beaches. So, and that's a federal thing. That's got to come from the federal government. That's bigger than the state. So but now we're having issues at the federal level, of course. So talk about what is changing at the federal level that could affect future funding for us here in the Garden State.
Well, let's first start off by saying I'm positive. I really do
Mhm.
think that our legislators, Congressman Smith, Congressman Van Drew, Congressman Pallone, are representing us well in DC to get this fixed. What happens is when you have a new administration coming in, you don't necessarily always have the funding coming down the same mechanism. So right now, I know some of our shore legislators are upset that it's not in the Senate appropriations bill. But with that said, I've been in touch with, Congressman for Van Drew's office. They're in touch with the president's office. We're working this out to make sure this money will come down at from the federal level to give us support to match us, because at the state level we do have to match the federal dollars, and I feel optimistic that this is going to get worked out.
Yeah, we have 130 miles of Atlantic shoreline. We've got to take care of it, and it is vital to the state's economy. I mean, the Jersey Shore is as important to the state, if not more important. I mean, that's tourism, and otherwise, do you want people from other parts of the state to spend their summers elsewhere? Then we want to keep the money in the state and let people enjoy the beauty that we have right here. What do you think the impact would be on those shore communities if we didn't take care of the beaches and the sand?
I, I think it would be devastating, but I
Yeah.
do think it's going to be taken care of. Let me say that part.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I feel I think that it's a billion-dollar industry, so it's wonderful for our communities to have a beautiful shore. It's wonderful for tourism. Like I said before, I was director of tourism. I fell hard for all the mom and pop businesses along the shoreline that have been passed down for generation to generation. That brings so much joy to families locally and to our tourists year after year returning to our wonderful beaches and boardwalks. They are definitely, it's, I feel our Jersey Shore is a national treasure that
Hmm.
needs to be protected, and I believe it will continue to be protected.
I'm with you 100%, Grace. I love it. I'm originally from Westchester County, and we had the Long Island Sound, and it's pretty, but the Long Island Sound is brown. The Jersey Shore water is not brown. I thought as a kid that all water, like any kind of wide waterways are brown. I didn't realize, oh, you mean it's actually blue or green? I had no idea. And when I first hit the Jersey Shore, I thought, this is gorgeous. It's just from Asbury Park and Sandy Hook down, go down to Cape May, you'll fall in love and you'll never want to go to a Florida beach. It is just beautiful. Wildwood, just a stunning, stunning array of beaches that we have, and we really have to take good care of them. And again, Beach maintenance, it's not something that should just be occurring whenever we have, as you said, whenever we have a major storm like Superstorm Sandy. It's got to be ongoing. They do it in Florida. They always have beach replenishment 24/7, 365. It's always going on, and it's got to happen here too. What's a website for
Yeah.
more information, Grace?
Yeah, we have to stay ahead of it. You want to be
Yeah.
proactive with keeping your beaches wide. Uh, Jersey Shore Partnership .com. We're out there advocating. We're speaking to our local representatives, state level, federal level, and just I'll end on the note that as a representative for the beaches, I remember what it was like to be at a local bar in Seabright called Donovan's, and we watched the waves break underneath the deck. You'd
Wow.
stand there having a beer and you'd get splashed by it. So I know what it's like to watch the ocean, pounding our seawalls and coming over the seawalls. We don't have that anymore. We have wide
Right.
beaches that protect infrastructure and stimulate a $50 billion industry here in New Jersey.
We just take it for granted. We just assume the sand is always going to be down there, forgetting that no, it
What's
gets
it like
washed
that
out.
before? This is the
Nope.
Yeah, and
That's why, by
it's
the way,
been
for
on
people
the
who don't
fly.
realize that, that's why they build breakers also, is to keep some of that sand from being drawn back out to sea. But that's an
Correct.
expensive thing to do. But that might be down the line if things improve with the national economy. That might be something that Jersey needs, is breakers up and down the 130 miles to preserve some of that beautiful, beautiful beach. Jersey Shore is the best. Grace Hanlon, Executive Director of the Jersey Shore Partnership, thank you for doing what you do, and thank you for joining us this morning. Please come back again.
My pleasure. Thanks, Ken.
You bet.